Hello everyone and welcome to another video here on White Coats and Corgis. Today I'm going to show you a clip from the Premed Experience, which is a free event I created and hosted back in March 2023. The goal of this event was to connect pre-med students with admissions experts and make their advice a little bit more accessible. We talked with admissions committee members, deans of medical school admissions, and MCAT tutors. Today's clip is from our very last session of the day called Real Truth with Real Medical Students. All right, let's go ahead and get started.
Everyone, good to see you all again, and thank you to our medical students for joining. Again, I'm Dan. I am a second year internal medicine resident, and I'll be moderating the panel. So I'll be looking for questions in the Q&A portion below. But first, again, I want to thank our medical students for joining us, and I'm going to go one by one, and you just introduce yourself if you can, and tell us what year you're in and maybe what specialty you're interested in. And the first person I see here is Angela.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited. My name is Angela Rakowski. I'm a rising third year. I'm at Rush in Chicago, and I'm currently interested in OBGYN or neurology, keeping an open mind. Definitely very excited for rotations.
Awesome. Next, I see Brooke.
Yeah, hey y'all, Brooke, Brooklyn. I am a fourth year medical student. Cannot believe it. So on edge with match next week. I'm in Texas, and I also am finishing up my MPH during medical school, so that might be relevant to someone. And I'm kind of revealing what I'm applying to soon, but it's more like primary care focus and trying to incorporate public health in my career.
Awesome. Next person I see is Zara.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm in South Florida. I'm a third year medical student, and I'm currently interested in emergency medicine, but it changes like every day. So stay tuned.
Fair. And the last person I see here is Kinza.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kinza. I'm a fourth year medical student. I'm actually here in Massachusetts, and I am applying psychiatry.
Okay, awesome. Thanks. So getting a little bit more into questions, something we didn't touch upon yet is interviews. And the interview process can be very intimidating. And there's also different kind of interviews. Angela, do you want to talk a little bit about what the interview process for med school was like for you?
Yes. So for me, I just wanted to say, just to be completely transparent, I had one interview, so I can just speak on that briefly. And then if there's someone else who had like more styles, feel free to say anything you want. For mine, it was, I really liked my interview because they were really trying to get to know you as a person. It wasn't MMI, it was like your traditional one. I had two one-on-one interviews, and they were more conversational. But I remember feeling super nervous, and I found that Student Doctor Network for like specific interviews was very helpful because they put like past questions. So like if you just look up SDN interview questions and then the program. So yeah, but I do want to say one thing of encouragement. My first interview did not come until the end of January. And so at that point I was like, thinking about having to reapply, and I was coming to terms with that possibility. And then so I just wanted to shed some encouragement. Like if you are not getting an interview in August, September, like you are seeing some people on social media, just trust that your timing will come, and then the program that you're meant to end up with will see you for you, and you'll get that acceptance when it's meant for you. So yeah, my interview came later, but I still got in. So I think just trust the process and it'll be okay.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. And now, so sticking to that same question, to any of our three additional panelists, did any of you have an MMI interview? And if so, what was that like? Brooke, do you want to say?
Yeah, I had one MMI. It's been like 4 years. There is a book I read that someone recommended, so I will post it on my stories whenever I find it. But it was, so much of that was really just keeping yourself calm, because the definition of them is that there is no like perfect answer. I do really recommend, reading either this book or some other book. Again, it's been 4 years, so there's probably better books out now, but a lot of them can really give you like a structure to follow, and it can really take away that anxiety. I do feel like I am like good at interviewing, but I always feel like you can do like a little more structured version of yourself sometimes. And so I think it's really important to balance that structure while still keeping things personal. And so, yeah, it was just it's just very odd. And that's why preparing or really understanding what you're getting into. So at least there's already going to be so many things you can't control, i.e. the questions and situations that you're going to be asked. And so try and control everything you can. And I think that can help a little bit with the anxiety. Additionally, I think, one of them I had to turn in like a virtual question, like videoing myself. I don't know if they're like doing that more or less now. That was just odd, but that's why it's really good to practice and just really have, running lists of some of your experiences that might talk about certain like attributes about you, so you really have them in like your back pocket, like literally or figuratively. And then one other interview style is a group. So I did this once, I think for medical school, once for residencies, when they have you do like an activity together. And I think it's kind of typical, but yeah, it's like, make sure, because everyone talks, right? And it's important to talk, but I also always made sure to go out of my way. If someone hadn't talked for a little bit, I'd be like, hey, what's your thoughts on this? Or like, did we miss anything? And so just making sure that, again, like, yes, you want to be heard, but you also, the whole point is to show you work with other people. Yeah.
True. And so, yeah, that MMI or multiple mini interviews becoming more popular of a format to sort of learn about a candidate from a medical school's perspective, because it's very different from just doing like a sit down 30-minute interview. So preparing for that is super important, and you want to go into it and sort of like know what to expect in a way.